Now, have you been to the Philippines?
I've had four different chances to go with my grandma, but every time I've always declined. The first two times, I had to because I was under 18, and my mom's like, "You're not going to miss school, to go. The
Mm-hmm.
Philippines is always going to be there."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then third time, I think it was the weekend that I was going with one of my best friends to Vegas for his 21st,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, "Damn, Vegas, Philippines, Vegas." And I chalked it up to saying that, well, it's going to be difficult to get a passport that soon. So,
It's Vegas.
and then yeah, and then the
Mm-hmm.
last time, my grandma, she was going to be going for a few months, and I have a very bad diet. If it's not processed, boxed, come in a bag, I I would probably drop a lot of weight if I went there just because I'm such a huge picky eater. Um,
Really? Like what are some of the things that you absolutely cannot stomach?
okay, it's ironically enough, like I can only eat salads if there's a particular dressing from like this. There's this one Japanese restaurant I went to. They have a house dressing. If I had that, I could eat salads all the time. But other than that, no vegetables whatsoever,
Mm-hmm.
no fish or seafood, except for teppanyaki shrimp. That I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I consider myself a meatitarian. That's
and and for you, like what would you say is the last food, like new food item that you really had to go out of a limb and like, okay, I'm gonna try this thing out for the first time?
oh, that's a good
Have you had
one.
sushi?
I can't stand fish. I tried it once and
Oh.
oh, mm-mm. If I had to say, yeah, probably that. Oh wait, no, chitlins, chitlins.
How'd you like it? Didn't like it?
I liked it until my friends told me what it was. I knew
Oh.
what chitlins was, but it
Uh-huh,
was just
uh-huh.
on my plate. And I was eating it,
Yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
after they said, "Oh, I know you like chitlins," I'm like, neither did I until now. And then I just had to put it down. Like, I don't know what it is. Like
So you
again,
like the flavor of it, but when you knew what it was, you were like,
yeah. So I've learned if you're gonna give me anything, just don't tell me what it is. Just let me eat it first, and then an hour later tell me, and then I'll be fine.
yeah, that's the thing about the Philippines. They have and I only went once and I didn't even really like try a lot of the food cuz I went there for an event. One championship had flown me out to go watch one of their fights. And so I really only had the food at like the little hotel area. Um, but from what I had, it was really good. How do you feel about going back to the motherland? Like, do you have an interest? Like, what is your sort of
I definitely want
connection?
to go. I definitely want to go at least once. My grandma, she has several houses. Okay, she says she has several houses over there, and
Mm-hmm.
she's. I don't want to badmouth or anything, so I'm gonna try to keep it as politically correct as possible. But she invites a lot of people to stay in her houses to take care of them while she's away,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess she tried to like make it into like a tourist resort kind of thing. Um, but yeah, I definitely at least want to see um Manila, and then I know I'm gonna butcher the name so bad, but Baculo.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that's a really beautiful city. But at least want to go at least once and see family members like I've never met before, and just kind of like soak soak it all in and take that history in. But I mean, it's weird because I'm mixed as well, Mexican on my dad's side,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like I was just raised quote unquote more white. Like there wasn't anything traditional on either side that I was like raised with. I mean, the one exception, just being adobo. That's like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
besides that, like there's nothing really
Like, do you?
traditionally Mexican or traditionally Filipino that I've experienced. So I'd like to get in touch with my roots.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like my family, even though we had a lot of um, Filipino food growing up, we, at least for me, I didn't really listen to any Filipino music. We didn't really go to any Filipino cultural events or anything like that. There wasn't really any encouragement to explore that side of our history. And I remember even talking to my mom and asking her, like, "Hey, mom, could we go to the Philippines sometime?" And she would almost respond as if it was like why would we ever go there, like we just left there, like we
Uh,
don't. And I always felt really sad because, like, my mom or my sister would talk about like how, if you go there then you're gonna get mugged, and like just totally fear mongering going to the Philippines. And so, I feel like a lot of millennial children of color, who grew up with parents who were sort of similar in the sense of like they didn't really provide that cultural enrichment. And so now we're at this place where, especially if you're in your 20s, you're trying to explore that side because you feel like you didn't get that chance before.
yeah, I feel like it's like similar, like, whenever I'm applying for a job or filling out any application and they ask you to check a box, it's like if they don't have, mixed or other, um, that's already an existentialism crisis in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but sometimes, like when I do check it, like every time I check it, I'm just like, what does it really mean to be Filipino? What does it really mean to be Mexican? And
Mm-hmm.
I feel, yeah, like I'm missing a whole different side of myself and like not being able to answer that.